The mood for today is Mona Leo. What did my girl say in her song? I'm really for real. I'm really that chick for real. You guys, today we made our first extra payment towards our debt-free journey. We made an additional payment of $150. Who that girl? Yeah, like I said, I will be debt-free by December of 2026. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of Financially Abundant. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Out of all the shows in the world, you decided to listen to mine, and it makes me so grateful. I love y'all. If you're new here, Financially Abundant is all about every woman deserves to have her own portfolio. Every woman deserves to have a net worth, and every woman deserves to go after the life that she wants to create for herself. And on this show, we have real talk, real conversations about getting out of our own way and doing just that. So from the highs of life to the lows of life to the in-between, we do all of that here. This is an open, honest, and transparent show, and I tell y'all my business. You guys, so welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's get into today's episode. Family, sister girl, your girl made her first extra payment towards her debt-free journey. I feel like I'm Whitney. You know Whitney and Bobby in that y'all know that video I'm talking about where Whitney and Bobby at the where they at the gift shop. Y'all know the video I'm talking about where they dancing. They like, you got it, you got it, you got it, hey, you got it, you got it, you got it, hey. Y'all, I'm so excited. After 7 months of being unemployed and playing catch up all of August and all of September, I made my first additional payment towards my debt-free journey. So, quick overview. As you all know, I have 5 major debts stopped in my way for me being completely debt-free by December of 2026. How we're going to get there? With faith, hard work, and a little delusion, well, a lot of delusion, we're going to get there by December of 2026. So my smallest debt payment is my car note. And at the time, so last week, that remaining balance on my car note was $3,157 and some change. So I made an additional payment of $150 to that car note. So once interest, accrues and all of that, the new balance should probably be around like in the low 3,000 or something like that. I don't know. I'll let y'all know how much the updated balance is because my car note is due this upcoming week. So I'll be paying my actual car note. So it's like I pay $150 on top of the $389, baby. That she gonna be paid off real soon. I'm so excited. You guys know that this journey has been one of those things that has just taken everything out of me. And I was listening to Pastor Hannah a couple weeks ago. As y'all know, Pastor Hannah is my home pastor in Chicago. Every time I go home, I go see Pastor Hannah. And he was just talking about reclaiming our progress. And it really hit home for me and resonated for me because it's like I've been thrown so many obstacles in this course of my life. And sometimes it just feels like I'm in mud. And then what God has really showed me is that progress is still progress and slow progress is still progress. But don't give up. Even when it feels slow, don't revert back to old habits. Keep your mindset. Do your best. Do not go down swinging and to not give up. God has really put that dog in me for real. Like a dog in me that I didn't know I had, and I just have to keep going, have to keep going. So I'm very excited. We celebrate all wins over here, and let me know your financial win of the week. When you listen to this episode, send me a DM, send me a text, send me an email, whatever, at financiallyabundantpodcast@gmail.com. I'll list it in the show notes, but let me know your financial win this week. I love celebrating with you all. We're going to start doing Financial Friday wins on my IG story. So very, very happy and very excited. A few church announcements before we get into today's episode. Outside of the 150, I apologize for not having an episode out last week. I am just trying to find balance in this new season. As you all know, I started my new job 2 months ago. And I am a field seller now. You all know that I work in sales. Well, if you don't know that, you know that now. But I've always been on the inside. And I've traveled to see customers before, but it was probably on a once a month or once a quarter, twice a quarter type of basis. I travel way more now. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been in the field going to see customers. The good thing is my region is Texas, so I am local to Texas. But Texas is big as hell. So a lot of these companies are in like the manufacturing companies. Well, a lot of these companies, because of where I'm aligned to, they are in like those small country towns. And so they take about 3-4 hours. I'm literally up at 4 a.m. to hit the road by 5 to be at a meeting by 9, you know, or even earlier, or I'm leaving the night before. So I'm in the field a little bit more than I have been usually. But I'm super excited. I love my job. I love my team. I love my manager. I just need to find a little bit more balance in the season that I'm in right now. So with that, it's helping me with my procrastination. I talked last week a little bit about it. My procrastination was beating me up upside the head. And so it is forcing me to stop procrastinating and be so last minute with things. And I love this challenge in the season that I'm in, and I'm super excited. So I just need to find a balance. Please forgive me. I told you I'm making a promise to myself to not miss any more weeks, not miss content. Like, I didn't post anything last week, but you know, we forgive ourselves, we move forward. I know what I need to do now better, which is time management. So thank you all so much for forgiving me, because y'all was like, where's the episode? I'm like, girl, I'm sorry, I'm on the road. But anyway, this is week 4 of investing for the girls. As you all know, we are in our 6-week investment series for the girls. Everything I do is for the girls. I want my girls to win at money. I want my girls to become more financially literate. I want my girls to break the debt to income ratio generational curses. And that starts with small changes that we do every day in our lives, daily deposits. So in week 1, we talked about what is an investment. In week 2, we went into the different types of investment. In week 3, we talked about educating ourselves. We cannot invest ourselves if we don't educate ourselves. A man and his money are soon departed. How? Because he doesn't have the wisdom or knowledge to maintain it. I know people who make money, but they still live paycheck to paycheck because they never learn how to manage $1,000. I don't want that to be our story. I want us to be able to manage our money and still live the life that we want to live. Y'all know my saying, it's sexy when you got your money together, and most importantly, luxury and responsibility can coexist. Baby, it can. It's all about making your money work for you and not giving a damn what anybody else say, because it's always somebody that ain't doing that got the most to say. How about you do something, then you can talk to me, but if you ain't doing nothing, zip it. Okay. So in today's episode, we're talking about our investment era, your investment era, the unit investment era, financially abundant investment era. It took us so long to get to this point where we are now, where we're just viewing money differently. Where if I spent $50 on DoorDash, I could put $50 in my investment account, my savings account, or my sinking fund. And so it's time that we start looking at money differently. And I'm just so proud of how far we've all came together, family. So in today's episode, we're talking about our investment era, what type of investments. We're going to highlight that in the beginning, and then how do we get started. So I'm super excited for today's episode. So let's get into it. Remember, stop being fearful and make it possible. Scared money don't make no money. And most importantly, have the confidence of an average white man. I really hope that these last 4 weeks of this series has been super helpful for you all and beneficial, because it's been beneficial for me because I've been learning a lot as well. Disclaimer, I always put a disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I am a regular girl from the south side of Chicago. I'm not regular, we're not regular, but y'all know what I mean. I am your average Joanne. I didn't grow up in money. My parents worked their ass off to get to where they are to position me and my siblings to have a better life and create something for ourselves. Everything that I am talking about and learning and showing and expressing and telling you all is from my own research, my own education. So disclaimer, because I don't ever want you to run up on me and be like, now you told me to do X, Y, and Z. No, I didn't. I put a disclaimer. I'm just sharing my experience with you. Okay? Okay. But I really hope that this has been beneficial for you all, because it's been very beneficial for me. Now that we are out of the fear of talking about our money, now and expressing and showing you all that I'm in debt just like everybody else, now we're getting over the fear of investing, right? A lot of us are fearful because of lack of info, not lack of ability. That's all it is. It's lack of info and lack of ability. And I feel like if we just start seeing things just a little bit different, how I would always say your $5, say your $10, and I wasn't practicing what I'm preaching, but now God had to correct me and fix my heart and fix my posture. I learned how to be better with money when I was unemployed. I swear to God, I learned how to save. I learned how to save. I learned the power of $5, the power of $10, the power of $15 unemployed. And I have literally, the day that I got laid off from my job back in December of 2024, I opened an investment account with Vanguard. That was the last day I let anybody be in control of my financial future. I opened an investment account with $25. As of today, that $25 has turned into $300s. Just by doing small deposits of $5 here, $6 here, $7 here, $8 here, $10 here, $20 here, whatever I had, I have watched that money grow. And that is what life is all about. You don't start with thousands, you start with 5. And that's what this series has been about, and that's what it means to me. Today's episode, we're going to talk about choosing your investment account, how to fund and buy your first investment, and staying consistent and celebrating small wins. So number one, choosing your investment account. There are 3 types of investment account that every woman should have. You should have a Roth IRA, a brokerage account, and a 401k. So I know a lot of women that listen to the show that are self-employed. So it's okay that you don't have a 401k, but make sure that you have both a brokerage and a Roth IRA. Remember, we talked about a brokerage and a Roth IRA in week 2, but for a refresher for my ladies, you need to have all 3 or 2 of the 3. 2 of the 3 if you're self-employed, all 3 if you are employed by an employer. What did Meg say in her song? They bought Birkins, I bought stocks. They on a boat, I'm on a yacht. Prophetess Meg. But anyway, like Meg said, they bought Birkin, I bought stocks. We're buying stocks. We do want a Birkin later in life, but right now, we're gonna invest in girl this money, period. So a brokerage account is a general investment account that lets you buy and sell investments like stocks, ETFs, and index funds. The difference between a brokerage account and a Roth IRA is that a brokerage account has no contribution limits, whereas a Roth IRA has a limit on how much you contribute yearly. Whereas a Roth IRA has a limit on how much you can contribute yearly. So if you're under 50 years old, you can contribute up to $7,000 per year. If you're over the age of 50, you can contribute up to $8,000 per year in that tax year. So that's one of the major differences. The second major difference is the tax treatment. So with the brokerage account, you pay capital gains tax when you sell an investment for more than you paid, and you also pay taxes on dividends or interest for each year. So like I said, a brokerage account gives you flexibility. You can invest and withdraw money whenever you want, but you'll pay taxes along the way in the account. Whereas a Roth IRA, the withdrawal rules are you can withdraw your contributions anytime, so the money that you put in. You can't withdraw your earnings, your growth. So anything before the age of 59 without penalties or taxes unless you meet specific expectations. So in short, a Roth IRA gives you tax-free growth for retirement, but it's less flexible because it's meant for a long-term use. Long story short is, in a brokerage account, you pay taxes along the way. In a Roth IRA, you don't pay taxes. It's supposed to grow tax-free, but if you take out money prior to the age of 59, you will be taxed heavily. The goal is for long-term use. So like I said, they're first cousins, they do the same thing, but the major differences are the tax treatments and the contribution limits. Every woman should have both, because once you max out for the year, then you put it in your brokerage account and let that grow as well. That is the long-term goal. Also, if you are employed by an employer, women, we need a 401k. That's free money on the table. We don't leave free money on the table. We don't leave money on the table, period. If we don't leave that man on red, why would we leave money on the table? Exactly. Thank you. So that is one of the major differences, right? So those are the different type of investments accounts that every woman should have. You should have all three if you are employed by an employer, but if you're self-employed, you should have a brokerage and a Roth IRA. So how to fund and buy your first investment. So let's talk about it. I'm going to give you a step-by-step on how to fund and buy your first investment. One of my friends a couple weeks ago, y'all know black people, we be like the other day, and the other day be like a month ago. Like, it don't be the other day. So the other day, my friend texted me, and she told me she opened up a Roth IRA, and it made me so freaking excited, because it just feels good knowing that, like, yo, people listen to your stuff, and that they listen and they participate and they want to do it, and it's just like, it's just an amazing feeling knowing that your people listen to your stuff. Whole crew go be rich. Whole crew go be 50 in the south of France on a yacht, like Meg said, living our best life, drinking that champagne because we made the sacrifices 20 years ago. So I love my girls just getting their money together. So back to how to fund and buy your first investment. So number one, you need to choose who would you like to invest with. You have Charles Schwab for Roth IRAs and brokerage accounts. You have Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and Vanguard. Those are your three major key players. Again, they're all three sides of the same coin. They all do the same thing. Pick one, don't make it difficult, it's not that deep. Number two, you need to link your bank account. Number three, you need to fund it. The good thing is when you open these accounts, there is no limit or amount that you have to put in to fund the account, which I absolutely love, which makes it accessible for people like me and you. And then you're going to buy your first stock, ETF, or index funds. You guys, I want to share a little story. So I want you all to know that there is an option to buy fractional shares. This was something that I learned when I started educating myself a little bit more about investments, right? Because I want to really invest in the S&P 500, which is the top Fortune 500 companies of the world. It is a great index fund. I always recommend to buy it because when they do well, you're up, you know, and it's a safe option for all of my girls. But I didn't have, I think at the time, it was about $500 or $600 for that specific share. I didn't have the whole $500. So when I opened my first account back in December of 2024, I bought my first share of VOO. Well, like 0.2 of a share, but I still felt like a real rich bitch, because I bought that VOO, period. So if you're like, I'm gonna open this account, but what do I actually buy? Buy the VOO. So this is how you purchase a fractional share of the VOO. If you got the whole 500, buy the whole 500, girl. But if you only got 25, you can still buy a fractional share and get a piece of the pie. So this is how you do it. Pick a platform that has fractional share options. Fidelity, Vanguard, Robinhood, Charles Schwab, they all have them. Open your account, link your bank account, and deposit whatever you can. Whatever is not going to set you back for the week. Even if it's $10 or $20, use that and fund the account. In the search bar, you're going to type in VOO, and when you hit buy, choose to invest by dollar amount instead of number of shares. Type in your amount, so let's say it's $20, review it and confirm it, and that's it. Now you own a piece of the S&P 500. Easy peasy. And if you got it like that, automate it. Automate it every Friday where you put $10, $20, $30. Again, whatever is not going to inconvenience you for the week where you're like, shit, I shouldn't have done that. I don't want to inconvenience anyone. I want us to all just get comfortable with just getting started. That is the main goal, just to get comfortable with getting started. And you just do it on a regular basis. Y'all know we do Money Monday, where every Monday we put something towards our financial future, whether that's saving, investing, or paying off debt, whatever is not going to inconvenience you. Y'all know we do that on Money Mondays. Whatever you feel comfortable with, and you can keep adding little by little over time. Consistency is how you build wealth, not perfection. So don't wait for someday. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow never came. Start with what you have and let your money start working for you. Track your growth monthly, not daily, because daily you're going to be like, where then I put in 10, I'm not seeing my return. Just track it monthly, and most importantly, be patient and give it time. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. We don't want to become overnight sensations. No, baby, we want a Beyonce career, okay? We want a Mariah Carey career, okay? We want a Viola Davis career. You know what I'm saying? Like, slow and steady wins the race. One thing that I'm starting to do in my content is just post like my monthly updates. So from my debts, so my liabilities, aka my debts, and then my assets, which is my net worth. And we're not even gonna talk about the liabilities. Nope, that we're not gonna focus on that. We're gonna focus on the positive. And the positive is that as of September, I have about $2,000 in assets, and that encompasses my emergency fund, my sinking fund, and my investments, which is so crazy to think about, because this time last October, I had $0 to my name. I looked cute on the outside, but I had $0 to my name, and I don't want that. I want to look good and have that bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be cute and be broke and not have a net worth. And so to think about from October of 2024 to October of 2025 that I have $2,000 in total assets, it's just so amazing. And didn't nobody do that but God, literally. It took for me being unemployed to really say, you know what, this is the last time my financial future will ever be in anybody else's hands besides mine. And so I've just done this $2,000 just over time. Yeah, $2,000 ain't a lot. Hell, I could spend $2,000 at the Louis Vuitton store. But $2,000 compared to zero to where we are now, so that means next year we're going to have $20,000. The year after that, we're going to have $200,000. The year after that, we're going to be worth multi-millions. I say all this to say, just start. Start with $5. Start with $10. Just start, babe. Just start. Just start. Now, the end goal. Now, my goal going into the end of December of 2026 is to start automating my savings and my investments. We're not there yet in our financial journey. Y'all know my main focus right now is to get out of debt. But every Monday, like I said, I put something towards my financial future, which is my sinking funds and my investments accounts. Remember, this is our investment era. Choose your investment account. You don't have to start with all three, just start with one. Start with the brokerage or Roth IRA. And make sure if you are employed by an employer, you sign up for your 401k. So choose an investment account, brokerage or Roth IRA. Choose where you want to house it. Charles Schwab, Vanguard, or Fidelity. Personally, I have Vanguard. And buy your first investment. Remember, you can do fractional shares. Open the account and then select VOO. Choose to invest by dollar amount instead of number of shares. Confirm, and you got it, boo. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure that you leave a like, a comment on this video, especially if you're watching it on YouTube. Most importantly, make sure that you subscribe to the show. We're all in this together. We're all that we have. And I want every woman to know to own your own portfolio. You deserve your own net worth, and you deserve to live the life that you want to live. Y'all know my saying, it's not the destination that inspires others. It's the journey. So inspire yourself to do the impossible. I love you all, and I'll see you all next week, same time and place. Bye.